Got it. Yes, they just tied it up.
3-3 going into.
Hey, win or lose, baby. Win or lose is all good.
They just tied it up.
I had to go with them guys, man. Hey, welcome to episode 51. I was just being told that the Tampa Bay Lightning are on the brink of getting eliminated. They're trying to rub it in my face, but that's all good. Because I'm here with my man Joey, my man Chris. As you can see, my name is JB the Champ.
Oh,
and I'm a champ for a reason. But anyway, so right now, a lot of things going on in sports. Hey, every week I tell you, there's so much going on in sports right now. NBA is hot. We just had our first team eliminated in the second round of the playoffs. Shout out to the Heat. Sixers, how you get beat like that on your home court in Game 6?
Hey.
Wow.
Man,
all right. And also we got hockey going on. It looks like I got some issues with my connection. Hold on a second, man. Am I still live?
Everything's good here.
Live.
Man,
I'm looking at it on YouTube.
Y'all telling me stuff, man. I don't know, man. That's what happens when you are on the show and you producing the show. You know what I'm saying? My man Joey over here slacking as usual.
It still says live on there.
Hold on, Chris. Hold on there, young fellas.
I see it on YouTube also.
Oh, you see it on YouTube? Let me just double check, man. Okay, yeah. Okay. All right, let me just make sure, because usually I see myself. Oh, yeah, okay, I see myself talking. All right, let me cut the volume off. I had to make sure. But it kept saying something went wrong. I can see on the chat. I don't know. Do you see that, Joey? The chat, there, a monkey sitting there on the chat with a hammer?
I don't see that.
Oh, now I don't either. I hit it one more time. Okay. All right, I feel a little better now. So, episode 51 of CJ Squared, where we talk about sports and all kind of other stuff. I know Chris and Joey haven't seen Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, so I won't ruin it for them or you if you haven't seen it yet. But it's an awesome movie.
Better than the first?
Check it out. So what?
Better than the first.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the first Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better. It's better. I mean, the first Doctor Strange is more of an origin story, which was pretty good. This one is, kind of it's kind of the movement along phase 4 of Marvel's big plan. You know what I'm saying? I think it's phase 5 right now. It's so many phases I can't tell you. I just watched it. I'm at the point now I just watch the movies and try to figure it out, right? Everybody got their own theories. Like we got our fan theories about sports. They got their fan theories about Marvel movies. It's crazy. But yeah, like I said, NBA playoffs. We got Philly eliminated right now. We got the Mavs fighting for their playoff lives at home against the Suns, who probably were the favorites. I don't know. Like I saw today that the 3 teams that they believe were the favorites are the Suns and whoever wins the Celtics Bucks series, right? So they thinking that the Bucks and Celtics teams are going to be the ones that go to the NBA Finals. And Miami may have something to say about that, or the team that wins the Memphis Golden State series may, but who knows, right? We'll see.
So I'm looking right now. Golden State is plus 230. Phoenix is plus 240. Heat are plus 400. Bucks are 420. Celtics 1,000. Dallas is plus 360 or 3,600, and Memphis is plus 45. So they have Golden State on FanDuel.
Oh, they got Golden State.
So if you want Milwaukee, they're at plus 420.
Wow.
Like I might put like $1 on it tomorrow before they play the game, because I know if they win tomorrow night, it's gonna go down.
Yeah, that's why, because they're not.
Yeah, they on the brink. Milwaukee, man, like one of my man Joey's favorite sayings: never doubt the heart of a champion. Down 14 in the fourth quarter, and they come back and absolutely steal Game 5 in TD Garden. Man, that's one of those games for the ages. Drew Holiday making plays again, like he's done for the Bucks since he's been there. But before I go on to talk about basketball some more, in this game in particular, like baseball going on, fantasy baseball league, I'm gonna give you my updates. Right now, I have moved up into 4th place in the league because I had a very good week last year. My starting pitching has been awesome. This week against Joey, though, I don't know. I had one guy get crushed in the.
Yeah, he did.
The guy from the Mets got destroyed in the first inning. Right, he gave 8 runs in the first inning the other day. It was out after 1 inning of pitching. So I had a good start this week against my man Joey. Close game though. I think me and him are going back and forth right now. So we'll see. I think my man Chris is number 1 in the league. But so you know,
right now,
but you know, I'm not gonna say I'm getting the hang of it, but as you can see, I'm not gonna be a slouch, not even in fantasy baseball.
I will tell you, if a guy gets crushed, you got to work all week to try to dig out of that hole. If a guy gets,
I know, man. I mean, Chris, listen. I was at work. I looked at my phone. I was like, "What?" I was like, 1 inning, 8 earned runs. I was like,
man.
"What?
What happened?"
I know sometimes it'll show a reliever, and he'll come in and get hit for like 3 runs, and he won't even get an out. It'll just say like INF, like for infinity. Basically, he's just keeps going on forever. So you're like, oh my gosh. It's like,
oh my goodness,
yeah,
man.
You'll have those, and that'll kill you if So I mean, if you have a bad starter, the starters will hurt you worse because the relievers only throw a certain amount of innings, so it averages better. But if a starter comes in and gets rocked,
man, I got some solid starters though, man.
Yes,
I got some of the top wing guys in the league right now, and Verlander and Freed, and I got Joey's boy Cole, and I got that one dude ERA is real low, can't get a win though. With Nestor, what's the guy's name?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, kind of got some decent relievers too. But you know, we'll see. But Verlander, man, I got him in late rounds too, and I got him. I was surprised.
Yeah, with a no-hitter the other night.
You almost did, right? He gave up 1 hit late in the game, right?
He was flirting with it.
Flirting with her, just walking around. He had 1 dime on the other. And, he know what he wanted to do, right? Yeah, all right. Oh, yeah. So yeah, so that's cool right now. And like we said, the NFL schedule just came out, man. You talk about exciting, man. So many big games, so many opportunities. You know, we love football and we also love fantasy football here, right? So just you thinking about the matchups and the fantasy matchups going on or coming up, it's going to be pretty cool. But let's jump back into the NBA since that's really the hot topic. And plus the NHL, of course, our NHL picks, right? I know I picked the Lightning. Joey, you picked the Rangers?
Let's go Rangers.
And Chris, you picked
I took Colorado.
Avalanche again. Yeah. How they looking?
They're already through.
They're in the second round.
Oh, this guy Chris, man, get out of here.
Well, that's what you do when you take the favorite. I really wasn't going out on a limb. But Colorado they're always a team who I was saying they're the ones like in football. Like who's that in football that's really good but never gets to the finals? Who would that be? Dallas?
Dallas sometimes. Yeah. Bills back in the day.
Green Bay.
Yeah, last couple of years, definitely Green Bay. The last 5 or 6 years.
They're Green Bay. So
Green Bay, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, so this thing is 3-3 and OT. Let me turn the TV to TBS. See what we got here.
Playoff hockey in overtime. Oh my gosh, that's good hockey. Right?
Epic.
That's because it's like any moment. If you are a fan of the team, and it goes into overtime, especially right now at Tampa Bay, those fans are probably going on their nail biters right there.
Yes, they are.
That's because I mean I've known some games go freaking long. Like what was it, the Rangers Penguins game?
Yeah,
didn't that go like 3 overtimes?
Yes.
Somebody's hit me up on a text message.
Marathon. Tell them to turn on the show, JB.
That's Joey's favorite thing. It's a marathon, JB. doesn't matter if I've
Not a
already
sprint.
lost 6 games.
Not a
It's a
sprint.
marathon.
Not a
All
sprint.
right. Hey, tell you what, one thing about I can already tell out of all of the fantasy sports I've played right now, I can tell you the one that is a real marathon is this baseball one.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Football, you absolutely need to get out quick. Now, you can come back, man, but it's so hard to come back. But I'd rather be in a position of looking down than looking up in football. Lord have mercy. Basketball, I don't ever look down, so I never look up. So I don't have that problem in basketball. I'm always at the top. I may not have won every championship, but I'm always there. I'm never looking down.
Poor Paladin. I'm still talking
Baseball's,
about.
he's still feeling that, huh?
Still feeling it. He should.
Still bitter.
You should feel it, Paladin.
He just
You
wants.
blew it, son.
He just wants us to acknowledge. I'm not sure why. Like, look, hypothetical.
Acknowledge what?
He just wants us to acknowledge if his team was healthy, he would have won. I'm like, how do you know that? You don't know that.
Paladin, it will not get acknowledged. An L is an L. Paladin, no. We want winners.
Yeah.
That's what we want.
That's it.
We want winners.
That's it.
If you didn't win, Paladin, we don't care why. We don't care. Paladin, I can sit up here and rant for days and days about how I lost with my teams. It don't matter. It don't matter, Paladin. So no, we want to acknowledge you. This is our show. So no. Anyway, first question up for this evening, which we had a long discussion about earlier. And you know, sometimes our discussions get a little heated. You know, we can go back and forth a little bit because we get emotional sometimes. This first question is about this Celtics and Bucks series. I mean, clearly everybody's like, from what I'm hearing, everybody said who has been the better team? Probably the Celtics. But who has the dubs? It's the Bucks. So we in one of those situations right now with this series, and we going back to Milwaukee tomorrow night, Friday night in Milwaukee. The Greek freak coming. He's coming in. He's been punched in the eye, disrespected. My man Chris on here talking about this man free throw shooting, how your best player can't shoot free throws. Giannis, I hope you hear that. Saying Giannis, because I know Giannis. Last year when they doubted you, Giannis, what did you do? 50 burger.
Yes, he did.
What did you do? You knocked down free throws when it mattered the most. Where did he go in the game 6 from the free throw line?
16 of 17.
Woo, man. What did your boy? What's Santana's Moss big favorite line of all time?
What's that?
He said, big time players make big time plays.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely.
And that's what Giannis does, man. The dude makes plays.
What he does.
Anyway,
You're right.
the question for Chris and Joey is, can the Celtics come back in this series after that devastating, heartbreaking, gut-wrenching loss in game 5? I'll start with you, Chris.
Yeah, so we were arguing before, and I think as good as Milwaukee is, I think that without Middleton right there, they're relying so heavy on Giannis. So to me, the way Boston has played, they've been in every game. They were in one game. They won one game in Milwaukee, and then they lost by 2 the other game to them. Jaylen Brown's been balling. Tatum's been balling. I think it's an even match. So if I'm still taking the bet, I'll go with Milwaukee. But yeah, I mean, I think that they're a very equally matched team, and I think they've got the better role guys at this point. Drew Holiday obviously has come up huge. But to me, if you have to depend on Giannis to score 40-something a game, which he is capable of doing, which he's shown, but that's just a lot to ask of a guy in the way that Boston plays defense. So Tatum's been balling. Tatum had that one bad game, but overall he's been balling. Jaylen Brown really is. What did Jaylen Brown go last game? 27, 30 points, something like that. So I think it's always going to come down to the secondary guys. Tatum and Giannis are going to get theirs. So a game like here we go, Joey.
What is going on right now?
Let's go!
Is that a squirrel? What
is this?
It's a grizzly.
A grizzly.
I just wanted to get Jordan's attention since he was looking down and studying while you were talking, Chris. That's all.
What is going on here?
Well, so for me, I think that it always comes down to guys like, Bobby Portis makes a massive play last game because Giannis does miss the free throw. Boston's probably feeling good knowing that Giannis is probably going to miss that free throw. As long as they can get that board, they're basically a board away from that game last night, right? Because then that puts them up by 3 right there, right? Yeah. And they got the ball with 10 seconds left.
Yeah.
And then it's a free throw game. So that's the thing is we've seen so many times in playoff games where it's the secondary guy, the old Grizzly.
You don't want to laugh.
It's the secondary guys like Drew Holiday making a massive play last night. So it's one of those things where who's going to step up. But I feel like Boston has a shot, and there's a reason that Vegas has it as a
you like this one better?
Yeah. There's a reason that Vegas has this is at a 1.5 point game. So I wouldn't be surprised, but yeah, I think Boston's got a shot because they've played them well and they played them close. And I feel like it's going to be a good game, but who knows? Maybe they'll lay down the way Philly did tonight. So
Philly would just
night.
Laying down.
Hey, go to sleep.
My goodness. Laying down.
Man.
B, stop crying.
So Joey, what is your thought process behind this series, and what do you think?
Chris and JB, Boston can definitely win Game 6 and go back to Boston and win Game 7. These are two outstanding defensive teams. The Stars are not shooting well. They're getting their points, but they're not efficient. I think Giannis has probably been the most efficient. He's gotten better as the series has gone on, but Tatum and Brown are shooting like crap. Holiday is shooting like crap. There's really
always does though.
Yeah, but he's even more now.
He shot like last year in the playoffs. He wasn't the most efficient. He just didn't care. Like remember, last year in the playoffs, he'd be like 2 for 12. In the fourth quarter, he's still shooting threes. He don't care. And then at the end, he's clutch.
Well, he has to, and he has to. I mean, maybe I should lay off of him shooting poorly now because he has to shoot that many shots because he is now the team's second best player, especially particularly on offense. So he's going to have to shoot the ball. He can get whatever shot he wants to any time. Also, Boston
Dallas up 17, man.
17, okay. Yeah. Boston needs to hit the boards. I believe Milwaukee is a plus 36 on the boards as of right now. And they've also got, as far as second chance points, last game, they had 20 second chance points that they got from hitting the boards really hard. So Boston needs to make sure that they are boxing out, going back to the basics of boxing out and keep the rebounds as even as they possibly can.
They can.
As they possibly can.
More time, Lord.
Last game, the Celtics shot 50% from the field. The Bucks shot 43% from the field. The Bucks had 17 offensive rebounds. The Celtics had 5.
Bucks also only turned the ball over, I believe, 4 times in the second half. After
you got Drew Holiday. A lot of times the Bucks get their turnovers through like charges, like Giannis charging. They really don't have those live ball turnovers.
The Giannis wall.
Yeah. They usually don't have those live ball turnovers. But yeah, I mean, I look at it like this, man. This is my thought process. And this is not even a homer process, right? I did pick the Bucks in 6. I picked the Bucks in 6. And this is the reason why. I didn't think the Bucks could win in 7 going back to Boston. Because Boston, their defense is the best in the league, top-notch defense. Without Robert Williams, it's a little different. That last game, you see, as I'm watching both of my colleagues look down at their phones while I'm talking.
I'm listening.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Without Robert Williams, man, that advantage on the boards is massive with Brook Lopez and Bobby Portis and Giannis. I mean, they're killing Boston on the board.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. He was getting 8-9 boards in like 20 minutes. So, and like 2 or 3 shot blocks.
So without him, it's a whole different ball game. And we would judge the Bucks on their regular season. It's a different team with Brook Lopez in there in the paint. Right. Brook Lopez is one of the best paint protectors in the league. Right? He can't jump that high, but he can defend the paint and do his job. So, I mean, you got the home court advantage. You got probably the best player in the world in Giannis. It's just, I mean, for the Celtics to win Game 6 in Milwaukee, Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going to have to do a Jordan Pippen type joint, and like they did against Indiana that one year. I think when Jordan and Pippen both had like 40 or something like that against the Pacers one year. Because it's going to be tough.
Like you said earlier, they needed Horford to go off. So is it going to take a guy like that also to go off? Because even if those two get theirs, which they did last game, and they still lost. So
but even in the series I watched the games, man, both teams are getting open shots. If at home, if Milwaukee starts hitting threes, it's over. It's going to be over before the Boston Celtics blink their eyes, right? And and the Bucks, the Bucks, that's their defense. They want you to take threes. That's how they played over the last 4 years. They give up more 3-point attempts than any team in the league.
And Boston loves
because they want you to shoot the 3 and not get to the rim.
Correct.
So, and that one game that Boston blew them out, they were hot from 3. Remember that one game 2? Man, they couldn't miss from 3. And last game, what did Tatum go from 3? 1 for 11 in the first half, 1 for 10, something like that.
Was it game 1? They shot like 53s.
50.
And
game 2, they were just making them. I mean, they were just not. I was like, man, they were just hot, right? And it's gonna be a good one. I just think the Bucks gonna be too much at home.
I heard a stat the other day. I believe Milwaukee may have led the league in games decided by 3 points or less. They had more victories than everybody, and Boston had only 2 wins. I think Boston had one of the worst records.
Boston, quiet as kept towards the end of the year. Boston was getting a lot of blowouts. They were blowing people out. The defense is too much.
Yeah.
The defense.
That's a telling stat.
Yeah, when they play, like I said, when they play against Durant and those guys, I was listening to Scalabrini talk about it in the morning time because he calls the games for the Celtics, and he says the Celtics probably got the best like on ball man up defense in the league, and the Bucks probably got the best like help protect defense in the league. Right. So like they against the Bucks. Man, like Durant may go crazy, but against the Celtics just lock him up, But I mean, Giannis, they try to body him. He just keeps coming, don't stop. 40
And
points.
Drew
I mean,
Holiday
man,
help.
Giannis, man, tomorrow night, Giannis is going to go crazy. Win or lose.
So is Tatum.
Yeah, but Giannis is because he gets downhill and he doesn't have to settle for jump shots, and he's so explosive.
Yeah.
He can get his because he doesn't have to say, is my jump shot falling? You know what I mean? He's so hard to defend because he's so long. He's just a nightmare of a matchup where Kevin Durant is still, even though he gets his shot whenever he wants, he's still not a guy who gets to the rim like Giannis does.
So I don't want to get to the rim no more. He's like, man, I don't want to get touched.
Yeah. So where Giannis
wants you to touch him, but he feels you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah. So even as good as Durant is, and no one really can guard him as far as he can get his looks, but he's still
No, that Celtics game, man, Tatum was D'ing his butt up. I mean, he was playing some good D on Durant.
Yeah, but that's a rare thing when you see Durant, as great of a scorer as he is. And that's why on that series, Kyrie just kind of disappeared. But we'll get into
Kyrie Irving, the best, the best, the most physically gifted point guard in NBA history, so they say.
Oh, geez.
Stephen A went on a super rant about him today. But anyway,
he ain't Zeke.
He ain't Isaiah Thomas.
He ain't Zeke.
Zeke was a different guy, man. Zeke came up in a league that didn't want Zeke. They wanted Jordan, Magic, and Bird, and Zeke just said no. Yes, I'm going to be here. Yeah. He had help though from some dudes though. He had some help, boy.
Yes,
he had some boys on that team. But anyway, so big game tomorrow night, followed by the next big game tomorrow night, another elimination game where we have the Ja Morant-less Grizzlies. Believe it or not, they probably had a better winning percentage without Ja Morant this year, which is crazy since he's their best player.
Most improved player, really.
Yeah. And they're going to Golden State. Another one of those series, right, where the better team doesn't have the lead in the series. Who's been playing the best basketball, basically. So you got Memphis going to Golden State after they just demolished Golden State, right? Like, I'm out here watching the game. I'm like, man, don't you hate that? When you got a big game coming on, you about to watch it, and it's a freaking blowout. That's only nice when it's your team doing the blowing out. Like if I'm watching the Cowboys blowout,
if you got a bet,
a bet, yeah. If it's a bet or it's your team,
right.
Besides that, it's not fun. Like I want to watch a good game. So turn the TV off, watch something else, right? So yeah, we got Golden State hosting the Memphis Grizzlies in the new venue in San Francisco. Game 6 closeout game. What's y'all thoughts on this? You think Golden State gonna close them out tomorrow night or what, Joey?
Chris and JB, the closeout game will happen tomorrow. I am not at all in the least bit concerned about Golden State after getting rolled, after getting sunned the other night.
Sunned, skull drug.
Yes, they were. Sometimes it just happens like that. I'm not going to say I expected something like that. What I'll say is it wasn't surprising to me. There's been a lot of drama in this series. There's been a lot of emotion. There's been a lot of crying too, with the whole Ja thing, which I don't think happened purposely. A lot of people disagreed with Dillon Brooks being suspended. I think he should have been in today's NBA. However, Golden State is they're very comfortable about where they are. They will close out tomorrow. It looks like the way things are going with Dallas and Phoenix, they'll get an extra day to get everyone rested. Golden State clearly looks older. I think this may be one of their last opportunities with the big three that they have to get another championship. I think they're going to have to really take a look at their big three, particularly Clay. to see, is he the right person for this team the way that we are going right now?
Klay Thompson?
Yes. Klay is not the two-way player that he once was.
No.
And it's because of the injuries. And how long are you going to keep Jordan Poole back? Jordan Poole is arguably, since the playoffs has started for them, has been their best offensive player. So Golden State, in my mind, I'm not worried about them. They will cover. I believe they are -8.5. I see them covering. I see them winning and waiting to see what's going to happen with Phoenix. I think they're going to be planning on flying to Phoenix for game 1, which will likely be maybe on Sunday, or would that be on Monday? Monday night, Tuesday night. Golden State will win in 6.
I think Golden State probably closes out, but I'm super worried about Golden State. I think game 1, it came down to Ja missing a drive to the bucket away from losing that game. Then they go and lose game 2, they lose game 2. They blow them out in game 3. Game 4, they were up. Memphis was up 9 points or 8 points going into the fourth quarter, and Golden State took care of it at the end, but that game was close. And then we saw what Memphis did to him last game. So it hasn't been easy for Golden State at all. To me, Steven Adams makes a huge difference. They're missing a guy underneath. With Klay not being the guy he was, I mean, I don't think, like you said, he's not a two-way player. They're not as deep as those really good teams. Kuminga is just all right at this point in his career. So, I mean, I think they probably will beat Memphis, but I would say right now, I don't know how Vegas has them as the betting favorite. I guess maybe just the pedigree and the experience.
Mm-hmm.
But to me, I don't see how they handle a team like Milwaukee or a team like Boston or a team like Phoenix, really. I think Ayton would destroy them underneath. You know, they've got, I mean, to me, they're just not well-rounded enough. And the fact is that Memphis has exposed them a little bit. I would say Memphis is still a year away, and they're struggling with Memphis right now, to me. So I don't know how you aren't worried just because they haven't looked that great. Maybe they're playing down to Memphis, but to me, I think that we'll see. I think they do beat them, but we'll see. I would think that right now they're probably the betting favorite just because they're probably the most confident that they're going to win of the Milwaukee, the remaining questionable series. They probably think they're going to put away. So I don't know. Phoenix, and if it ends up being Phoenix, to me, it's just when you rely just on jump shooters, as good as Steph is, he's going to get his. But to me, I think that I would take the teams coming out of the East, I think, right now. So yeah, I'm definitely worried about them.
Mm-hmm.
The Bucks, baby, the Bucks. Hey, look, man, I was just reading up. But I was thinking about the Memorial Day Boston massacre. Right, we were all young bucks then. At that time, I was 13 years old, so y'all were probably not. Y'all weren't even teenagers then. And the Lakers had went to the finals to play the Celtics in '85, and the Lakers lost 146 to like 111.
Goodness.
Game 1 got blown out, but yet they came back and won that series.
Yeah.
So I mean, in the big picture, Golden State is at home. They got a chance to close out. They gotta play and forget that Ja Morant's not there and just play. if they go back to Memphis, there's a possibility that they lose. Plain and simple. So it's gonna be like Chris said, man, the jump shooting and a small ball. Still, you got to rebound, right? And since like Memphis has put Steven Adams in the games now, and it's made a difference because he's just so much physical. He's bigger, getting rebounds, and that makes a difference. So we'll see, right? Tomorrow night, two big games tomorrow night. And it looks like on Sunday we may have, or on Saturday we may have a game 7, probably in prime time. Dallas and Phoenix, unless Phoenix comes back, because right now they're getting rolled, right? They're not getting sun, but they're getting rolled. So this game's going to right now, yeah. It's like this Avalanche Leafs game's going to come down to a shootout, right?
No, they'll just keep playing overtime until it
all the way through. JP.
Oh, that's all good. My Tampa Bay Lightning won 4-3.
They just scored. Oh, wow.
Let's go, Tampa Bay.
They just scored.
Lightning.
I had just checked it, and it was 3-3. Oh my goodness! So yeah, so now it's tied up. It'll go back to Toronto.
Let's go, Tampa Bay. When you say, Joey, never doubt the heart of a champion.
Never underestimate the heart of a champion.
Never, man. You never know. So yeah, all right. So moving on to more NBA stuff. Oh man, 17-point lead. What you got for us, Chris?
Yeah, so we actually had who we thought would win the MVP, and so that was announced this week, and the Joker ended up taking it. So we'll go JB here. JB, what's your take on the Joker winning the MVP?
I mean, honestly, the MVP could have went to for me, the 3 guys who had a legitimate claim to it are the Joker, Giannis, and Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, the Joker winning it is nothing wrong with him winning. I mean, the dude, his stats speak for themselves. I mean, he's like in those models, like all year, like I check, we look at the NBA. If I go to ESPN, one of the things I always check, especially for like fantasy basketball, is the I think it's the player efficiency rating.
Yes.
Right? The PER. I think they say it's on ESPN.
Yeah.
And all year, I believe he was number 1 all year.
Right.
And just points, rebounds, what he means for his team. I think if he ever gets some more players around him, they can really make some noise in the playoffs. He can make a run. But I mean, is he deserving the MVP? Yes. Is Embiid deserving? Yes. Was Giannis deserving? Yes. But I have no problems with the Joker winning it.
Mm-hmm.
Joey, what about you?
I agree with JB. It's not, I think what everyone, and even me at times, it's not necessarily who is the best player in the league. I don't think Jokic is the best player in the league. However, he may be the most valuable player to an actual team in the entire league. And according to stats, especially when it comes to the efficiency of teams, he was the most valuable player to his team per possession. Number 1, more than anybody. I think he was actually 5 or 6 points better than both Giannis and Embiid per 100 possessions when you compare them. So
that, the argument was for that. The argument for that was that he touched the ball every time. But
right.
But hey, if you a coach, what are you gonna do? Your best player does what? You want him to touch the ball every time.
Absolutely.
We see it talk about Embiid. We see it tonight. We're saying, why isn't Doc getting the ball to Embiid in the post?
Yeah, we're saying, why is he not touching the ball? So Giannis, we see that Giannis is touching the ball almost every time, to the point it can be detrimental because everything is going through Giannis. But still, they're living and dying by Giannis.
Absolutely.
I'd rather do that than anybody else.
Absolutely, definitely.
At this point, yes. When it's you on the money on the line, you trying to win. Why not give it to Giannis, who right now is probably the best player in the league, right? I mean, in the world, not the league, but I mean, like,
yeah.
So the Joker average, his numbers for the year, he was 6 in points at 27.1. He was second in rebounds at 13.8. Eighth in assists at 7.9, and his PER was 32.94, which is first. I believe his season, the only comparable season was one of the seasons by Wilt Chamberlain in terms of just stats and what he did. So,
right.
I mean, you can't argue with that.
No, you definitely can't argue with that. It'd be really, I really hope that Denver can get themselves healthy and remain healthy for the whole season, so we can really see. We've seen flashes, but it'd be nice. They got two other young could be studs. Let's see if they can really make something happen. It would make the NBA that much more exciting.
Right. And for the argument for Joel Embiid was first in the league in scoring at 30.6, fifth in rebounding at 11.7, fourth in 46 in assists, 4.2, but that probably was a career high for him. And his PER, he was third in PER.
He had a great year. He had a
great year, man.
He had a great year. He definitely,
even though they, crapped out of the playoffs.
They did. I wonder. It feels like he was really more. And I could be absolutely wrong, but I just feel like it just feels like the energy towards the team when he's worried about that, he's talking about.
Yeah. He was worried about winning MVP, and look, and Giannis second in the league in scoring, 29.9, 6 in rebounds, 11.6, 5.8 assists, 18, and second in PER. So Joker, Giannis, Embiid, 1, 2, 3 in PER. Yeah. That right there tells you those guys.
He's getting better.
Just the most valuable players for their teams.
Yeah.
All right, but yeah, Chris, what are your thoughts about it?
I mean, I think that, when you come down to it, all three of them could have won it, and I don't think any of them. I mean, I think Giannis probably hurt himself because he started off kind of slow. I think, and that's doing that, what he had to go through last year. I figure, a lot of guys that, he's coming off of having to carry that team late into the year, and also with last year, when did they end that season?
I know.
It was later. So, I mean, you figure he played a lot of ball and he probably rested less than everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
So, he gets knocked a little bit for the slow start. And I think he's probably saying, you know what, at this point in my career, it's good to be noticed as the best player and get the MVPs. But if you win and it's hard to keep at that level once you win an NBA championship.
Yeah.
To try to come back now and do the hardest thing is now repeat. You know what I mean? So for him, I think he's like, you know what? I want to like LeBron did all those years. LeBron was making his money in the playoffs. He could care less. And you'll see that guys are probably starting to pace themselves because they know that's when and look at Giannis now. Giannis is, of the three, Giannis is the only one left, and he's dominating. So Giannis will say, what would I rather at this point? I'd rather be the guy who's left in the playoffs with a chance to go to the Eastern Conference Finals. Of course, he probably wants the NBA MVP, but he's not going to take it to he still wants to win above everything, which is good.
Yeah.
Tell you what, man, the Milwaukee Bucks, their best move they made was when they brought in Jrue Holiday, right?
Oh, yeah, because you get a guy who is, that fits right into what they do of being able to dominate on both sides and not even having to dominate, but he doesn't need the ball and need to score to put his imprint on the game. Eric Bledsoe does not make that play on Marcus.
He ain't even in the league anymore. What is Eric Bledsoe doing right now?
Yeah, exactly. So for him, I mean, they've definitely, Jrue Holiday is he was underrated this pretty much his whole career, I feel like, just as a guy who, because we just don't value defense.
Here's the real question for you. When would there be another American-born MVP in the league? I'm gonna tell you right now, you still got Embiid, you still got Giannis, you got the Joker, and you got this boy from Dallas.
I would think it'll take a
Luka was fifth in PER.
Yeah,
a fully healthy.
He was third in scoring. He put up 9 boards a game, 9 assists a game.
I
would say
the top 5 candidates for the year were those 3 guys, Luka and Tatum, and maybe Booker at that 6th spot. So
Morant.
No, let me tell you. Listen, Morant, he's the excitement guy. You can't be an MVP when your team can go 20-3 without you.
True, but I mean, I think
it don't work that way.
I would still say Durant has the best chance if he is fully healthy, but that's a match.
You said Durant or Morant.
Well, I said Morant. You would think has got votes, is what I'm saying. Morant got.
I bet you Morant. Then if he got votes MVP this year, he may have got 1.
I think he got
you
not.
Can't give a guy MVP that missed that many games, huh?
He got votes like 4th and 5th place votes.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. All right.
Not to win it. I don't think anyone would have put him there, but I think Durant would probably be your guy if you said if Durant plays a full season, he's definitely going to put up numbers. But that's a huge if.
Yeah, when's the last time Durant played a full season?
Yeah, I mean that's a huge if. So, I mean, to me, I think when you listen to these arguments against Jokic, he gets hurt. First off, because his game isn't super flashy other than he's a great passer, one of the all-time great big passers, right? But his game is not super flashy. Nobody like Luka, Giannis, even Morant, you tune in to watch those guys. Jokic is just old school, just kind of, you know what I mean? He's not really a flashy guy, really.
I can tell you this. The only thing I like to see the Don do is the step back 3 from super deep, especially on the left wing. Whenever he gets on the left wing and the clock's running down, that right there, that's what CTV, because you probably gonna get a bucket, and it's gonna be like a big time bucket.
Absolutely.
But even, I mean, this year, if you look at Jokic's main play, if you said what's his main play, it's when he nailed Morris, right? That's probably his one play that the highlight that got the most views. You know what I mean? So that's another issue.
What? Yeah, you're lying.
That's an issue for him. And another problem of what these guys are saying is like Durant, he's saying if you're getting a second MVP, your second year has to be even better and so much better than your first, because you're now in such rare air of who got 2 MVPs.
I mean, he'll be
knocked before that.
He'll be in the conversation next year, and he may. It's a possibility next year he may put up better stats.
Well, yeah, but that's what he is. He's basically a guy he's just a guy who is so consistently good, but no one really cares, right?
What do they do? Because he won MVP, Chris.
Well, no, the voters do, but the fans are going off about it because they don't.
Like I heard one guy say it's the stats versus the eye test, right? Like the eye test is telling you, man, it got to be Giannis or Embiid,
right?
But the stats are telling you, well, the Joker is putting up historical stats,
right?
And so you would think that he is the best player or the front runner. I mean, like even back in the day, didn't Steve Nash go back-to-back MVPs?
He's the guy that people say, oh, well, he's the outlier. If you look at all the names in the top, but he's still a top 50 all-time player, right? So it's not like it's that much of an outlier.
Like he's a bum.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, I think it could have gone any way. And, I think when you get down to the having to kind of split hairs, their seasons were all so close that you're just going to go to the guy who even their win totals were all somewhat.
Do you think if Embiid doesn't go 0-2 against him, he wins it?
Well, and I think that they could say, well, who's his second best player? Who's Jokic's second best player? But then
I mean, all year Embiid's second best player was maybe Tobias Harris. And Tyrese Maxey, and Joker's was Will Barton, Aaron Gordon. So I mean,
Aaron Gordon, yeah.
But then he comes and gets Harden, who is perceived as a better number 2 than maybe if Jamal Murray played. Maybe
guess what? Harden has lost a lot of credibility from this series against Miami.
And money.
I mean, I think in the playoffs he's
money.
In the playoffs he's been exposed, but even he started out on fire. Remember when he came to Philly?
They were on fire. Then they were balling, putting up numbers. Oh, it's gonna be like Shaq and Kobe.
Oh, remember they were saying, is this too early? Is this too early to call them Shaq and Kobe?
That's good dynamite up his butt.
Oh, geez. Yeah, so I don't know. I mean, I think that, I think it could have gone any way, but I think that, stats kind of analytics has won out, and then other people don't like it because, he's not a guy that, I bet if you looked up jersey sales of Jokic, where's he at? You know what I mean? He's just not
right now. NBA jersey sales.
Number 1 in Eastern Europe.
Did you see when he won the MVP? He was like rolled up on like a horse,
that was slick.
I'm like, how big is that thing? How big must that cart be?
Yes.
I'd be all teeny on that thing. Yeah.
No one should be nearly as upset about him winning the MVP compared to Ja winning the most improved player. That was foolishness. That should have never happened.
Yeah, he is the most improved though.
He was the second.
They should have gave it to his. They should have gave it to his teammate.
Yeah,
he went from a good player to an MVP candidate. How is that not improved?
All right, so
second pick. He should be doing this. When you're the second pick, you
still improved. He's still improved.
He should be that.
Both can happen, Joey.
Jordan Poole clearly deserved it. MIP.
Yeah, I could definitely see Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
But I knew.
I can tell you this, guys. It's old stuff. Like when December hit, the end of last year, the top 15 jersey sales were LeBron was 1, Steph 2, Giannis 3, Durant, Tatum, Luka, Trey, Ja, Anthony, Damian, Devin, RJ Barrett, Joel Embiid, Klay Thompson, Westbrook.
Oh man! So Jokic is not even on there.
No.
Go to Eastern Europe, JB. Go to Eastern Europe.
Dude, so that's telling you right there. He had just won an MVP.
We don't care about jersey sales in Eastern Europe, Joey. I'm sorry.
He just won an MVP, and he's still not even in the top 15 in jersey sales. That tells you right there all you need to know about why people don't think he should win, because no one cares about it. His storyline is if people don't love it.
He needs to get out of Denver and get to New York as fast as he possibly can.
All right, I found another article. It says these are the top 5 best-selling jerseys of this year. Number 5 was Tatum. 4 was Number 2 was James Harden. They gonna burn those things.
Yes, they are.
Jeez. And this was from April the 25th.
I'm looking at jersey sales in Europe. He's not even on the top 10 list.
What the? You don't even get in that.
Let's see. This was from when was this?
Where's he from? What country?
Serbia.
Serbia. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, there you go. There you have it. The Joker. All right, here we go.
MVP.
Let's go to that next question, man. Let's think about your boy, Joey, your boy, the other king.
My man.
The leader of jersey sales. Reports are Phil Jackson wants to trade LeBron and I should add and keep Russell Westbrook is in the reports. Is this a good move? Who wants to take it? Joey, JB, you want to take this?
Man, I'll take it. Look, do I trust Phil Jackson? Yes. I trust Phil Jackson's decision making. Now, trading LeBron, that could be a problem. But first of all, right now, you trade LeBron, what you gonna get? What you gonna get, Joey? What did Knicks gonna give LA for LeBron? Is LeBron right now, currently LeBron that we know and saw this year, going to bring a championship to New York, to the Mecca?
Absolutely not.
So what we gonna try? Okay, so I mean, is it a good move? I don't know. I mean, is it a move that makes sense? Probably not. Is it a move that's helping anybody? No. It probably helped the Lakers more than help another team. Because the Lakers probably could get younger and they wanted to rebuild. The Lakers are going to have to eventually rebuild, right? They're going to have to. They're going to either have LeBron and bring in another Magic Johnson type player, right? Like Kareem and young Magic. I mean, I just don't see it. Other teams in the West, man, are just gonna be better, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna piggyback on this. I think, well, number one, I don't trust Phil. You saw that Phil.
The New York days. Joey's still bitter.
He destroyed New York, so I don't trust him. However, I do think he has a great point here. The Lakers are stuck. The Lakers are stuck and Philly is stuck, and so is Brooklyn. These teams are all stuck, but I'm not talking about those other two. The Lakers are stuck. So what do they want? You know that LeBron is likely going to, if he stays healthy, is going to become the all-time leading scorer as far as total points go. That is a record that means something. And for him to do it in a Lakers uniform means a lot. So they have that going. However, I don't think, has LeBron ever re-signed with a team besides when he re-upped after his rookie contract with Cleveland? I don't think he's ever done that. He is clearly leaving. Everyone knows what his plan is. Who knows if Bronny is NBA material? Who knows? However, he's going to get a shot somewhere. There are rumors of him possibly returning to Cleveland. I actually think him going back to Cleveland makes great sense. Cleveland does have a nice young nucleus of players. It will be a great story for him to go there and mentor those young guys, and they may be a threat to the Eastern Conference if he were to actually do that. LeBron is due to possibly re-up for close to $100 million for 2 years. So they're going to guarantee all of that money to 3 players. Well, they got to figure out what they're going to do with Westbrook, but they're going to guarantee half of their salary to 2 guys. One guy that is aging and the other guy who can't stay healthy. It would be smart, and it would definitely be something that should be at the top of their list as far as what we're going to do. They definitely need to consider trading him, or they're going to be stuck with him. And they're going to be stuck because he's going to end up leaving them anyway. He's absolutely leaving. We know that he loves living there. I don't know if his number one plan going to LA was to strictly be there for basketball. He's got so much other stuff that he's doing too. Just saw clips for House Party, the reboot that he is the executive producer of. He's also the executive producer of the reboot of White Men Can't Jump. That's all him. So does he enjoy living in LA? We've always heard that he loves living there. Can he still do what he does as far as all his other business ventures and not be in LA? Absolutely. They should definitely look at trading him.
First off, LeBron, make an original film, please. Stop retreading old movies that aren't nearly as good. Like Space Jam, you got a Razzie
like that, Chris.
Come on now. I mean,
that was actually all right. I thought it was a lot better than I originally thought.
Yeah, poor man's Space Jam, probably poor man's House Party, and probably poor man's White Can't Jump, right?
I heard, yeah. Is he producing that one?
I believe he is.
Oh, I heard that Jack Harlow was the star of that.
Harlow is.
Oh, geez.
To be fair, I don't know how many other remakes are actually better than the original.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just make you don't need more money. Give us quality. Come on now.
Yeah,
just stop.
Do something new. Do something original. I got you. I'm with you on that one, Chris.
Yeah, come on now. But so I'm with you guys in the sense that if I'm Phil Jackson, I'm coming here to try to help out and bring us a championship.
He's still dating Jenny Buss?
Yes, he is.
Then
Again?
My job is to look at this roster objectively and say this is a roster that has no chance of winning. And like Joey said there, LeBron is owed a ton of money, has 1 year left. Are they going to win it all in 1 year? If he leaves us, we're screwed. You got one massive asset, right, as a GM that rarely comes across on your table that you can maybe send somewhere to, and you can even work with LeBron and say, where would you want to go that we can see if we can package something so that it works for both of us. LeBron is a legacy guy more than almost anyone else in that he cares about his legacy because he's always said he's chasing Jordan. So he's going to chase rings all the time because that's what he's been in his career, is a ring chaser. So to me, maybe he goes and gets one more and he can still, I think he's definitely wanting to be the number one player of all time. So maybe he can pad that stat. So I looked online, I found it said, remember he talked about who of all the players in the NBA he wanted to play with? His answer, Steph Curry. They packaged here. Warriors get LeBron James. Lakers get Wiggins, Kuminga, Wiseman, 2023 and 2025 first round pick. Do either of them make that deal?
If I'm Golden State, I definitely do.
What?
Does LeBron push them?
Kuminga?
Yeah, but you're basically like Joey said, is they're old. They're on their last leg, right? LeBron has never played with one shooter as good as they've got, and they've got three shooters at probably better than any guy, two of them at least that are better than any shooter he's ever played with, correct? Mm-hmm. Those two are the ultimate floor spacers. Mm-hmm. And now you got Poole as that level. So JB, you don't want to mortgage your future for LeBron.
No.
How
old is LeBron right now?
Well, he's only going to get him for 1 year.
1 year.
You basically are saying.
So you giving up
your future.
You're giving up a potential great rotation player in Kuminga, who you only get better, right? Athletic, strong, can play multiple positions.
He is.
Wiggins, I can understand, but then your first round picks
and Wiseman. But the thing is that
just for LeBron.
The thing is that right now, how many of those guys, other than maybe Wiggins, are really contributing to that team?
Kuminga starting every game in the playoffs.
Spot starts.
Hey, here's my point though. So you're gonna do all of that, and then you get LeBron, and his body breaks down.
Well, they're a good enough team that they can ride him without
depth, but they gonna give all that depth away when they get rid of those guys.
They still got some depth there.
Yeah, but you're only really getting rid of Wiggins.
You're talking about you're talking about Philadelphia right now, basically, what's going on with them. They have no bench. They have nothing
Well,
on
you're
their
only
bench.
getting rid of Wiggins for LeBron, so that's a trade-off. So you're only, and Wiseman hasn't played a game this season, right?
Use your first round pick, second pick in the draft, or the first pick in the draft. Was it your first or second?
Wiseman went number 1.
Oh.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it up. I'm gonna give up on Wiseman already. I haven't
Well,
played
no,
a
I
full
think that
year.
if you just look at the way their roster is constructed, you're basically saying if we get LeBron, we're all in. We're pushing our chips all in to win one more championship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And you're saying your argument is don't mortgage the future for 1 year.
See, the difference is, you know, when you got guys like Clay and Steph, that the jump shooting, they're not really taking a beating going to the paint. You know, they're not going to the paint and getting beat up. So I don't know, man. I couldn't do it.
I mean, I get the argument because you're giving up your future to win 1 year.
Yeah. Ain't no guarantee that you bring LeBron in and you're gonna win a championship. And then what the Lakers did, they mortgaged that future
But really,
for Westbrook.
you think about how long is Steph, Draymond, Clay's window left?
2 years.
If they get some young blood in there that can play with Jordan Poole and they get Wiseman and they got Kuminga and they got Wiggins a little longer than when they bring LeBron.
Yeah,
I think it's 2 or 3 more years long. At least 2 or 3 more years.
I think their window is longer of being competitive, but I think that team puts them right there where they're a top 2 team in the league with LeBron.
With LeBron, okay.
But I get the argument of you mortgaging your future for the sake of trying to win a championship. I get the other
playing against these. You're gonna be playing against these teams with these big freaking lineups, and then wonder why you can't get no stops.
But they're already like in that mold anyway.
Yeah, it's just gonna get worse. You got an old LeBron don't play. Chris, LeBron does not play defense, bro.
No, he definitely doesn't. I know that.
He's not playing defense anymore. He's not playing D anymore. He's not the same player. I'm not doing it.
Joey, you're out.
I'm definitely looking at it. If I'm the Lakers, I'm definitely doing it.
Lakers are the lock, right?
Definitely.
So the Lakers basically, so the league right now should be on alert. The Lakers are trying to beat them in the head right now. Because that's the kind of trade that in some fantasy leagues it'd be a fight or argument.
Well, it's gonna be teams that are willing, that feel like they're a player or they're a LeBron away and they're willing to just win a championship.
Golden State might not. What teams right now are LeBron away? Not LeBron. A LeBron away from a championship.
But he's still probably healthy. He's probably, I mean, and that's questionable, but he's still probably a top 6 player in the NBA.
Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, at the beginning of the year, yeah, sure. But
also he would be freaky good on with all those guys around him because
I think it's worth a championship. Hey, it was crazy at one time saying we're going to trade Shaq. They actually traded Shaq.
Yeah. Why did Orlando trade Shaq? Because they wanted to keep Penny Hardaway.
I'm about the Lakers. The Lakers traded Shaq. They traded Shaq, and Shaq was in his prime still.
To the Heat?
Yes.
I don't know about his prime, Joey. He was
still there.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he was a little past his prime.
He wasn't the Shaq Diesel.
He wasn't Shaq Diesel, but his trade to Miami took Miami to that next level.
No, what took Miami to the next level was Dwayne Wade playing the way he played.
Oh, you're absolutely right. However,
and they were, and plus that team was hella deep with a whole bunch of hungry ass veterans. They had White Chocolate, they had Gary Payton,
correct.
They had Antoine Davis.
Walker.
Davis? Antoine Walker. They had
they don't win. The Shaq
what
happen, they don't win.
They had Alonzo Mourning. I mean, okay.
If that Shaq trade doesn't happen, they don't win.
Yeah, okay. I'm with you. But I'm telling you, I mean, basketball was different back then. I just don't see it, man. I just don't. So when the Lakers traded Shaq, what did the Lakers get in return from Miami?
That's a good question.
Did they end up benefiting down the road later?
Lamar Odom come back in that?
I don't know. I know this. Right? The Miami Heat, they lost to the Pistons in the Eastern Conference Finals. Then they beat them the next year. They shouldn't have beat the Dallas Mavericks in the championship. That was some freaky stuff that happened, but it happened. Then Shaq started bouncing around. Remember how he said, "I'm going to Cleveland to bring the King of Championship"?
Yes, he did.
What happened?
They didn't win.
All right. Did he go to Phoenix to bring Steve Nash a championship?
Shaqtus.
And what happened?
They didn't win.
Then he goes to the Celtics to bring Kevin Garnett a championship.
The Big Shamrock.
What happened?
They didn't win.
So don't tell me about Shaq or anybody going somewhere when they washed up.
He went to Miami and won.
Lamar Odom, Karam Butler, Brian Grant, and a future first.
Who did that first turn into? We definitely know Lamar Odom was a big part of the Lakers' two championships with
championship runs. Yeah, he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in that future first, I don't know. You'd have to look up, but I don't think they had anyone.
Okay.
Smush Parker.
Smush?
Yeah.
No,
Kobe hated Smush Parker.
Yeah, that was his guy right there. He hated on him.
Golly. All right. So yeah, I mean, you know what? Off season for the Lakers is going to be.
I mean, we're still in the playoffs, and Lakers are still dominating and the Lakers are still getting in somehow in the news.
Definitely. Hey, the Lakers and Brooklyn and Philly there's some big moves, some big decisions that they're going to have to make.
I wonder what if the yes/no on is Kyrie going to get moved.
Yeah. Okay. Stephen A. today said that Kyrie is worth if you had Kyrie, he was a focused player, dedicated and everything, he would be worth paying him a max contract, $250 million. But he also said that if you do give him a contract, you empower him to do what he wants to do. Because Kyrie does not respect authority. He gonna do what he want to do.
Oh, yeah.
He said, "I'm not signing him to a long-term deal. I'm giving him."
Coach.
He said, "Opt in." He said, "If Kyrie is serious, tell him he should opt in. Opt in, Kyrie." It was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
all right. Well, let's go back to the NFL because as the millions, if you were around, if you paid any attention, if you are an informed football lover, you would know that the NFL schedule came out. Games for all of the teams were out. So CJ Square is about to bring it to you. What do you all think is the biggest game, and what is the game that you're most looking forward to? Chris, where you going? Biggest game first.
First, I'll go biggest game, October 16th. I'm going to take Buffalo at Kansas City. We saw last year how huge of a game that was. Mm-hmm. Down to a coin toss and a overtime.
Rule Bowl.
Yeah, and I mean, that was a game when you watched it as a fan, you didn't even want it to end. It was one of those where you were just hoping they were going back. And Josh Allen kind of cemented himself in that game as a guy who, turned into an elite quarterback.
Took the next step.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely took a next step. So for me, that's just a huge game in the AFC, and you're expecting fireworks that game. So October 16th should be a good game that could I know the West is going to be tough anyway, and but just as a game that is going to be huge. That's definitely one I looked on the calendar and marked.
Game you're looking most forward to?
For me, and a lot of this will fall as the season progresses because it's the last game of the season, and it's Denver and at the Chargers. Some of it just being because everyone has high hopes for Denver this year, getting Russell Wilson. That West, out in the West, it's definitely the toughest division, toughest. So I think that that one could come out to meaning somebody's trying to play for a playoff game. Some of these other games that are huge when they're late, you just never know. But I could see this one easily being a game that actually matters late in the season. And, it's two quarterbacks. It's good to have a game where, look at this year coming in. Now that they've got that extra playoff spot, this year it actually mattered. You're coming down into week 18, and remember the Colts pooped the bed. They were the last games actually made a difference, and I could see that being one of them. So, I think that two huge quarterbacks. I could see. Well, wasn't it was that the Chargers were this year? They were in the big Sunday night game, right, against the Raiders.
Okay. Yes. Classic.
That massive game.
Oh yeah.
That was
the one where the guy, if he didn't get tackled or something, they want to tackle him, and since they didn't tackle him, he went ahead and ran, and they got a chance to. They would have tied. They both make the playoffs.
Yeah. Well, then remember they didn't. Did they not call a timeout or something like that?
Yeah, no. The Chargers coach actually called a timeout.
Or he called a timeout, and
the clock run out.
Yeah. So Chargers could be in another game like that actually matters. So you could see. I was trying to look for games that the last game could make a difference. It's hard to pick all the way to week 18, but that one seems like one that could make a difference. So, two big games for me that both in the AFC. So, yeah.
JB, biggest game.
So for me, I have a week 17 matchup between the Bengals and the Bills, which could be for the top seed in the conference. Because you think in the AFC West, they're going to be beating each other up. So they may not have, a top record in the conference. But, Bills are probably the favorite in their conference. The Bengals are probably the favorite in their conference, even though they're in a tough conference with the Steelers, Ravens, who are looking to bounce back, and the Super Bowl runner-up. The Cleveland Browns trying to bounce back. So I'm just I think the Bills and the Bengals, man, it could come down that last game. It's going to be the number one team in the conference. So I think that's probably, for me, it's one of the biggest games of the year. There's so many big games, but we choose a couple, right? Now, the game I'm looking forward to the most is when my man Chris yawn is when the
Commandos.
The old
make their way to AT&T Stadium in Dallas in week 4. Dallas starts the season off with a couple of tough games. They got Tampa at home. They got the Bengals at home. Then they go to New York, a little break. And then they get the Commandos at home. Right? And then they got the Rams in Philly on the road. So the Cowboys need to get that win. And I just want the Cowboys to beat the living crap out of them. So the people in my building and the kids and everybody else who harass me on a regular basis can eat crow. There you go. That's why.
There you go.
Because that shuts them up until the Cowboys come back on January 8th. It shuts them up for that. It shuts them up.
JB, who do the Cowboys have on Thanksgiving? Who's the Thanksgiving games?
the Thanksgiving turkey is going to be the New York Giants.
Oh,
We're going to eat.
It's going to be an awful holiday for you.
We're going to eat.
It's going to be an awful holiday for you, JB.
Who's the late game?
I don't know. The late game that day, I saw it. I saw the Thanksgiving schedule. So let's look at the schedule I'm looking at the schedule up, Joy. You tell us yours, and I'll look the schedule up.
Sure. I'll go. I think the biggest game, and of course there are a lot of them. I've actually switched mine around slightly. I'll go to week 11, and I'll also go to the AFC West because the LA Chargers, I hate calling them the LA Chargers, made a pretty significant trade, I think, strictly to match up on paper with Kansas City. They will be hosting Kansas City. They do play Kansas City in week 2. However, I think a little bit later, hopefully both teams are healthy. This is going to be the time where the Chargers, look, I see it, so I believe it. Okay.
You are not a Justin Herbert guy, though.
I have completely switched. I was completely wrong.
He said, I need to see it. What did you say? I need to believe it. I'll see it. You believed it last season. You finally believed it.
Oh, I see it.
And then you saw it.
I believe it. And I think the entire league has been put on notice by him. And the Chargers front office responded by making a huge trade. They attempted to build their personnel to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. They have 2 bookends who can both be double-digit sack guys. They are loaded on defense in LA, the Chargers. They are loaded on offense. That is going to be an interesting game in week 11 when Kansas City goes to LA. Kansas City, like I said, did a phenomenal job drafting, in my opinion, so they are reloaded also. My game I'm most looking forward to is going to be week 2, September 25th, because Aaron Rodgers will be paying a visit to Tampa Bay to take on the Bucks. This is going to be, of course, you have arguably the 2 best guys who've ever done it that are going to be going head to head, and this is definitely going to be interesting to see who may be the 2 favorites. You want to throw the Rams in there as far as the NFC goes, just to sort of size each other
and the
up,
Cowboys.
See what's going. You could throw them in there also. You're absolutely right.
No, I don't think. I think right. Those other 3 until the because they are. The good thing is they all play each other this year. They all play each other. Yes, all 4 teams play each other this year.
Yes, they do. It's going to be interesting to see them sizing each other up. I think that could be whoever wins that game could maybe be hosting once January, February comes.
It doesn't even matter if Green Bay hosts. They just gonna do what they do.
That is
they're gonna Green Bay it.
That is a true statement right now.
They're going to Green Bay it. So looks like Thanksgiving could be a dud in terms of football. We got Buffalo at Detroit. That could be a massacre. We got the Joey's Giants coming into AT&T. That could be a massacre.
Another massacre.
And then we got the Patriots going to Uncle Irv's house to eat some ham and eggs against the Vikings on Thursday night that week.
Oh man, Uncle Irv's gonna have ham and egg.
Uncle Irv is going to be very happy.
That's his Thanksgiving dessert.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You gotta let him know.
About that.
He's like, dang it, I gotta make me some ham and eggers.
Thanksgiving is gonna be sad in JB's household.
It's gonna be a good day in my household. Thanksgiving, baby.
Well, let's move on to our next topic. With, as you know, during the draft, there was a huge trade that took place. The freaking Eagles traded for a
Joey's favorite team, the freaking Eagles.
Can't freaking stand the Philadelphia Eagles. They made a huge traded for
On this team.
one of the best young receivers in football. AJ Brown has been traded to the Eagles, and a lot of people did like their draft. So, are they the favorite to win the NFC East? JB, what do you think about this?
Andy Reid and Donovan McNabb are not walking through that door, Joey.
I don't see Brian Westbrook.
I don't see Randall Cunningham. I don't see Reggie White.
Brad Barnett.
I don't see those guys, man. I don't even see what's the quarterback for them that won Super Bowl for them? Where he at?
Nick Foles.
Nick Foles.
At? He ain't coming.
He ain't back there.
Absolutely not. And here's the reason why. Do we need to revisit what the Cowboys did to the Eagles in both games last year?
Yikes.
Do you really believe that the Eagles, okay, they made a jump?
Yikes.
You know, and here's the thing. Dallas is in year 2 with Dan Quinn as a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Think about him in Seattle when he was there multiple years and how that team played. I don't think the Eagles are the favorites. And usually the favorites in each division and conference are the teams with who? The best QB. Now, there's a story that Amari Cooper called Dak Prescott the Black Kirk Cousins. But
it could be a good thing.
Guess what? Dak is still the best quarterback in that division.
Correct.
All right. You got Daniel Jones. That's Joey's boy. Joey's man's.
A man.
You got Carson Wentz coming back to the Commandos.
Pennsylvania.
And then you got Jalen Hurts too. Hey, fantasy?
Scary.
Give me some Jalen Hurts all day.
Scary.
Reality? Give me some Jalen Hurts all day for my Cowboys fan. So yeah, I will they be good? Yes. Will they? I mean, because even when the people knocked the NFC East last year, for some reason the NFC East still was getting wins against good teams. It's just that they just weren't consistent, right? Didn't the football team last year beat Tampa Bay?
Yes, they did.
Right. I mean, that was one of the wins. I know the Giants beat somebody too. Like they shouldn't have beaten at one point at the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And they played pretty decent. So, I mean, I don't think the Eagles are going to win the division. Even though the NFC East, they all have the weakest schedules in terms of winning percentage from teams of prior year to this year. So yeah, it'll be interesting.
What's your take, Chris?
Yeah, so I think that, I mean, looking at the betting lines, they definitely have closed the gap. Now, do I think that they could win? I think, to me, they're better than a 500 team. And if you're generally in that range of, well, the kind of, what would that be? Before was the 7-9 team. So the 8-9, like that type of team, there's always there's so many few games. It's not like baseball. You could have a play here and there. And so I think they're still below Dallas, but I would say they definitely closed the gap. Dallas hasn't done much. They lose one of their playmakers. Actually, they lose,
they lose a playmaker on defense and offense.
On the defensive line,
yeah,
the wide receiver. So I think Dallas has taken a step back to the division.
They got the defensive rookie of the year.
I mean, I still think they're the best on paper. I still think they're the best team and they should win. I mean, they're the betting favorite, but I would say Philly, maybe more than any of the teams out there, has done more to improve themselves. So really, it's going to come down to, can Jalen Hurts take another step up? I mean, he's, last year was kind of his first full year of running the offense, and he was still a guy who was inconsistent as a passer. But he also didn't have anyone near the level of AJ Brown.
AJ Brown, yeah. Yeah.
So now he's got that guy. I mean, as average as we all say Tannehill is, and that's my dude in fantasy.
We love some Tannehill, boy.
He's a guy who made it work with AJ Brown. So to me, if you can't make it work with him, then that's a guy who should be a top 5 or 6 receiver in football. Kind of a mini TO type of guy that can beat you in many different ways. So now he doesn't have the excuse of not having a guy who is elite to be able to, they're at least saying, we're going to give him the weapons and see if he can work out. I think that was the thing, is they didn't really have that, so now I think they've closed the gap, but I'll still take Dallas. Interesting though, I'm looking at it. So Dallas right now they have is a plus 110. Philly, they have plus 200. Washington plus 450. Sorry, Joey, they have Giants at plus 750 to win. There's only of the minus.
Put $1 on it, Joey.
Of the teams that are minus, Colts are minus 110. So that they're not loving the Titans at all. Chiefs are not even that division's close. Buffalo is a minus 180. Green Bay in that division, they're minus 185. Tampa minus 325.
Heavy favorites to win.
Rams and the Niners, they're close. Rams are plus 135. Right now, they have AFC North. Who do you think they've got winning that?
AFC North, they got the Ravens.
Joey?
You say AFC North?
AFC North.
NFC North?
AFC.
North.
Oh, Baltimore. No, Cincinnati.
Cleveland.
They got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, Cleveland.
They love some Deshaun Watson, Joey.
Baltimore and Cincy are plus.
They know he's going to miss like 8 to 9 games, right?
So you better tell the old Godfather they got Pittsburgh at plus 750.
So Pittsburgh's QB is either going to be Pistol Mitch Trubisky or Kenny Sliding Pickett.
Yeah, so obviously they, Vegas doesn't seem to lose. So I still think that they've closed the gap, but when we pick that, my pick will still have Dallas as winning the division. So
Joe, you still picking the Giants this year again?
I'm still analyzing. As of right now, I have Dallas as my favorites. Philly is moving up on May 12th. As of right now, Philly is moving up.
Giants should start the season out with a healthy receiving core, a healthy Saquon, a healthy Daniel Jones.
They should.
Brand new defensive toys.
Well, the defense is not going to be the best. They're going to have to get the best out of their guys. They did actually just cut.
Do you know that the guy that the Cowboys drafted, that Williams kid, had stats similar or even better than Hutchinson that's going to the Lions in college?
Yeah.
And he played in the NFL of college football, the SEC.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Not surprised.
If anything, if the Cowboys offense is maybe took a little bit back. I remember that one year when Jerry Jones got rid of Terrell Owens and he said addition by subtraction. And I know they got rid of Amari Cooper And they counted on CD Lamb and Dak Prescott. They brought in one of the things that people didn't recognize is the tight end they brought in too, who was one of the best tight ends in college football. The kid from Wisconsin, I believe. Yeah. So I mean, and it's gonna be interesting.
It is gonna be interesting. It's gonna
be.
I think Philly is still a year or two.
I don't have, but be honest with you, the one thing about both teams is the coaches. I don't really have much confidence in the new Philly coach. And McCarthy still, I don't know. He's still questionable.
Yeah. Well,
the Philly coach is the one who walks around with shirts that we're going to beat Dallas at practice and stuff, and then gets beat by 25. Gets smoked by the Cowboys. I wonder if we do that this year. Would he come out with his shirts and stuff like he did last
year? He better.
Had the same energy, you think?
He better.
Okay.
I like Philly's got momentum. I do like that. They made a huge trade. They drafted players that they really believe in. Momentum is on Philly's side.
The owner, the GM or owner for Philly has been doing that for years. This dude will make moves.
Got to be in it to win it.
Absolutely. He will make moves. I mean, he's over the years, he has made moves. Dallas is up 18 with three on the clock, and Phoenix has already waved the red flag.
I took the under 216.
You are definitely going to get it right now. It's 104 to 86.
Okay.
Unless something amazing happens.
But I also bet Phoenix, so cancel each other out there.
Yeah, that was not a good one.
And I took Blues Wild over 5.5, and right now it's 5 with 11 minutes left.
Yeah.
I need a pull the goalie goal at the end. All right, so speaking of betting, Joey, you want to hit us with your hot take?
Yeah, yes, I do, Chris, because
I ain't writing this crap down this time.
Write this one down.
I'm not.
No, JB, you remember you dabble. You dabble.
Yeah, I gotta hear it first, man. I got to hear it.
You gotta dabble.
Good stuff, I'll write it down. But
you don't want to nibble on this, JB.
Last one, I was like,
all right, because I did win you something two weeks ago. You remember that?
Joey's is potent. So.
I won you something.
Need a little small.
Once you start talking about like Twiddly Dinks and it was a game they played where they roll the dice and throw and pick up the pixies things, whatever. My dad used to play it. You roll the dice and pick them up.
Oh, yeah, that's the old school right there.
Yeah, I can't mess with you, man.
Okay, well, let me give y'all some of this. Okay, millions, let me give y'all some of this, because tomorrow night we got 2 huge games tomorrow night. We got 2 game 6s coming. So let me give this to y'all. This is at plus 1357. I'm not going to go crazy with it. I'm going to keep it 4 leg. Oh,
there you go.
Okay. Number 1, give me the C's on the money line.
JB's already out.
He's already out. Number 2,
I'm not betting the Celtics on the money line. Are you crazy?
You watch.
Joey's hitting his own supply. That's why.
Watch. Give me
you're not taking the money line. Game 6, Celtics on the road.
Watch me.
That's not a hot take.
You watch me, JB.
Okay.
It is a hot take.
You watch me. This is smoking hot. Give me Al Horford 15 plus points.
All right.
Take him shooting the lights out again, which he will do.
Well, if the Celtics are going to win, he needs to.
Yes, they do. Tomorrow, give me Memphis's 3rd best player, Desmond Bane, to go for 20 plus.
Ooh, all right.
And I will also take Memphis plus 8.5.
Didn't you say earlier? that Golden State was going to roll?
Yes, but I changed my mind.
You were like, they are going to smoke them out of the building tomorrow.
I changed my mind.
You were like, hold on.
I had to reconsider that, Chris.
Hold on. Well, the other night I took Golden State minus the 8.5 a couple nights ago, not last night because that would have been done.
Right.
But 2 nights ago, and that. Remember, they were down the whole game there, and
Yes.
I was just hoping somehow at the end they would get into free throws. So, but it never happened. So, JB's already out. Once you said Milwaukee or Boston, he's done.
Hey, sometimes people don't always want to win. Clearly, JB doesn't want to win. He don't want to get paid tomorrow night. That's okay. He's been paid plenty other times before anyway. You can't always get paid.
I had a guy tonight give up 7 earned runs. So yeah, thanks.
Who was it? Man, the Yankees scored 15.
Yankees are rolling. Stanton hit 2 dingers tonight.
Who was it that gave? Who would you have?
You don't want to know. It's a bum.
Was it what squad?
Your LA Dodgers.
Yeah, the Dodgers.
Oh, I bet the Dodgers too.
I did too, Chris, and it did not go well.
Zach Wheeler was dealing.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
the Yankees are hot, man. They hot.
They hot right now. And
Tyler Anderson is who you had.
Stop snitching.
They better figure out what they're gonna do with.
That's all right. Tomorrow night, man. I got Cole. I got old Max going tomorrow night, baby. Let's go.
You got both of those two?
Yeah.
Both going.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Both going tomorrow night. So let's get it cracking.
You will be good. You'll be good. How about those Yankees handling? Hey, Buttons. How about the Yankees handling your Toronto Blue Jays?
Why you giving shots at Buttons?
Give me the broom because Buttons.
What did Buttons do, man?
Buttons
what did Buttons
the Bombers to go north. He went north. That's the wrong spot to go. That's the wrong spot.
And that's hot take.
We had to pay him.
Celtics money line. What's the money line on it? What is the money line? Plus what? Is it a plus?
Want to take points.
Plus 102.
What's the spread? They got plus 1.5.
Yes.
And it's what, minus 110?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So the money line makes sense. So you got Celtics money line, Horford plus 15. What else did you say?
I got Memphis plus 8.5.
Oh, you got Memphis plus 8.5.
Desmond Bain 20 plus.
Oh, okay. All right. I ain't touching none of that.
What's the line? What did you get?
Plus 1357.
The big one is the Boston.
No.
What happened is Boston will win, and then like Desmond Bain will be the one that doesn't. All of them will hit except for Desmond Bain.
Right.
That's a classic parlay right there.
We shall see.
Oh, all right. Big games. Big games. You stacking?
When I'm stacking.
Right. Okay. I'll tell you what. I'm gonna do a different parlay, opposite of yours.
Okay.
And I'm gonna do the Bucks money line. I'm gonna do Giannis, his point totals. I'm gonna do the Warriors spread, and I'm gonna pick a Jordan Poole player prop and send it to you and see what it looked like.
Are you looking at putting in a Giannis 35 plus?
Is that what they have?
What? I will. If I can get Giannis over 30, I'm gonna take it.
I'm interested in that too, JB.
Giannis plus 30 over 30 tomorrow is pretty much a lock. There's no freaking way that man ain't scoring less than 30 points tomorrow at home.
I'm very interested in that. I might play some.
Yeah, I might even go Giannis triple-double tomorrow. Be doing
Giannis
it. Giannis shimmy.
Giannis is 33.5.
I may have to take a bite.
13 rebounds. He didn't get my assist the other night. He had over under 6.5. Player combos though.
Yeah.
He's got, if you say points, rebounds, and assists, what would you say? How many total? When you combine
62.
them. When you combine them all together, you're saying how much?
It's probably, hold on, points and rebound. I would say points, rebounds, and assists. They probably got it at over 55 or 56.
Joey, what do you think?
54.
53.5.
Okay.
So you wouldn't want to mess with that if you think you guys think they're close. JB maybe a little bit. Joey thinks they're close.
Man.
You guys just handicapped.
27-point victory for the Mavs tonight. Game 7 is we get one game 7 so far.
What did Luka say the other night when they were walking back to the locker room? He said something about everybody. He said he was talking about Phoenix. Everyone's happy. Everyone loves talking when they're up in the series. I tell you what, Luka talks.
Oh yeah,
he
definitely talks.
This game is always going to be Sunday. It's going to be a Sunday game.
Okay.
And if the Bucks don't close out Boston, we have 2 Sunday games. Golden State doesn't close out. It's going to be the Monday night game.
Okay.
And then we got nothing scheduled after that. The 15th.
Look, who knows? Phoenix better be freaking careful. Dallas feels very, very confident. Luka, I feel like he always feels confident.
This could be Luka's. This could be.
It could be
the Luka coming. I mean, the real coming out party, next level Luka. Like, all right, I'm taking my team on the road against the best team in the conference, and we're gonna get a W.
And they were the best team by far.
Luka tonight had 33, 11, and 8.
Can't no one guard him. I mean, of course, he's a superstar, so it is like that. But he just always.
Here's the scary thing, Joey. Here's the scary thing. The dude, 23 years old.
Yes. Can no one.
He's 23. He's 23. Back in the day, 23 was guys' second year in the league.
Yeah.
Trying to get their footing.
This dude been playing professional ball since he was a teenager.
I mean,
like I told you, the real bet should be when is the next American-born player going to be the league MVP?
Tatum.
4 out of the top 5 guys in PER were foreign-born players.
Yeah.
Tatum, who was another MVP candidate, his PER was not in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
Man, no, man.
I think Tatum.
I saw this guy for the 2023 draft. They got this guy that's a 7'3" point guard from France. I'm not giving
Chris's boy.
Huh?
That's Chris's boy.
Yeah, he was. I was looking at. They had videos of him playing when he was like a couple years ago against Gobert.
Oh, okay. So you've seen this guy?
Yeah. And we were looking at him, and this is
7'3" point guard. If he's a real deal, that's crazy.
Yeah, nice
the clips are. I mean, he's kind of he's probably more Durant than like what's his name than like Gobert, but he's kind of a little mix of both of them, I would say.
Very nice.
That sounds like Chet.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
A mix of them. Chet is a rim protector and a 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
I think this guy's got more range, though, I would say.
Oh, okay.
I mean, in the clips I saw, he was but I think he's so much better than everybody. But I think like when France played like in the in the tournaments and stuff, he's always wherever he's at, he's always the best player on the court.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
man, Danny Green got his knee messed up, man.
Oh goodness.
OKC's everyone's gonna be trying to get that dude.
Yes, they are.
A lot of tanking for that guy.
Yep.
OKC wants as many bullets in the gun for him.
Yes, they do.
They gonna take it again, you think? That's your boy though, right? Sam Presti, that's your guy, right?
I'm all for it.
You're a Sam Presti guy. That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I'm all for I don't like when teams just get stuck in the middle.
Yeah. Yep.
You look at all these teams that are left, all of them have superstars.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So the only one that maybe not is Miami. They got 2
all-stars,
second tier all-stars.
Mm-hmm.
Right? They got 2 all-stars. So
6 man of the year too.
Yeah. So
know who they are? They're Utah 2 years ago. When Utah had Donovan Mitchell, Gobert, and Jordan Clarkson as the 6 man of the year. That's who Miami is. And then Utah East this year.
Hey, remember we said who would you like leading your team? DeRozan, Tatum, or Butler? Butler might be the only one left.
Might be.
Yeah, true.
Might be.
That's because he gets in guys' butts. He does not take.
Yes, he does.
So Harden, this is the Harden line. Oh my God. James Harden had 11 points, 4 of 9 shooting.
9 shots. 9 shots. That is not.
You ain't paying that dude. You ain't paying that dude no max money, man.
He can't get $47 million.
You just look at it that you got rid of Ben Simmons. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Cannot get $47 million. Cannot.
There's no way, man. There's just no way.
Cannot.
Anyway, all right, that's our show for tonight, everybody. Okay? Make sure that you keep your eyes open for what's going on. Right now, I can just show you how we're doing in the NBA playoffs pretty soon. I think next week, are we going to pick our all NBA teams and whatnot?
Yes.
Or we going to wait till another week or so? What we going to do?
Man, that Suns, look at that.
So we got Suns.
Suns.
We thought the Suns were going to close out tonight, and they didn't. Warriors, we all got the Warriors closing out tomorrow night, even though Joey thinks Memphis is going to win, I think.
No, Joey thinks they'll cover.
They will. They will cover.
We're only different in terms of teams in one spot.
Mm-hmm.
And these guys, once again, are going against my Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Joey's can't even happen.
Can't.
Joey's got Celtics and 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
But
yours can happen. Yep.
We could all
get the Warriors.
None of the Suns are going to happen.
Yeah, but the Warriors, yep.
Warriors still can happen.
Yeah.
And the Celtics, Bucks can still
James Harden chug 0 free throws, Chris.
Wow.
Man, for a guy who led
his
the league,
career.
That's not James Harden. That's not a max player. That's going to be a very interesting conversation between Harden and his man's Daryl Morey. Very interesting.
He was 7 for 24 from the field.
Yikes. Orbital bone. It happens. But
yeah. Anyway. All right. Until we meet again, my friends.
Until we meet again.
Next week. We'll know who is in the conference finals of each conference.
Yes, we will.
Right. And then pretty soon we'll have the NBA finals where CJ Squared is going to try to win a block and win some money. So we will be seeing soon what's going on with that as well.
Absolutely.
When the final start June 20th?
Is that the first? Is that the first thing?
I might not be here when it over if it starts June 20th. I go to Ecuador on June 27th.
Oh, world traveler.
I
am.
He is.
Man, you gotta. That's how you become a well-rounded person, man. Travel the world, see the sights, learn. Come back, talk about sports.
Absolutely.
Maybe go ride a turtle or tortoise when I'm in the Galapagos Islands.
Galapagos. Yes.
Oh yeah.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great night, and I'll be seeing y'all soon.
Joey.
And Joey,
midnight snack.
Chris already signed off on this, Joey. July 15th, Joey.
Gotta see what's happening in this household. We got track meets, we got football.
On a Friday night in the middle of the summer?
No, you should be good on. That's why I said Friday night. I think we probably go to the beach then that day after, Joey. That's Saturday.
Yeah, well, we're looking at going to Florida. I don't know if sure it's gonna be the week before or the week after. So we're still planning here. We're still planning things.
All right, okay. All right.
Still planning things.
I'm gonna tell you, you're gonna see a picture of me every day at one of those games. The 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th. It's already on my calendar. I'm going to each one of those games. With you or without you. I'm gonna be there.
Gotcha.
All right. I know the 14th, I know I'm going with my wife and my daughter probably because we'll eat dinner and go out there to the game.
Mm-hmm.
But the weekend games I'm definitely going. I text Chris and Rodney today saying that the weekend of August the 27th, I may fly to St. Louis to see the Braves play the Cardinals.
Ooh.
And then fly somewhere else to see a preseason football game the next day. Just
thank goodness.
Yeah, you're stacking.
Man, you gotta live your life, man. I'm 50 years old this summer, man.
How about that? Live it.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy for you.
Ain't no time for sitting back and be like, oh, I wish I could go.
Absolutely.
Make it happen, bro.
Absolutely. Do that.
Anyway, you guys, y'all have a great evening, man. And
All
Joey,
right.
good luck on your parlay tomorrow night, even though it's not going to happen.
Send me yours so I can.
You better do like Chris says and hedge your bet.
I hear you.
All right, guys, y'all have a good night.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.